Rameshwar and Tamal Krishna Maharaj, they were in the room, and I just walked in, like, hello. And they'll look at me, what are you doing here? And Niranjana Maharaj said, what do you want? Don't you see we are busy? I said, I just sold your beads. Oh, how much did you get? I said, $300. So Niranjana Swami took his beads out of his bag. He said, how much do you think you can get for this one? Yeah, that was it. There was one time where I was in Vrindavan with Damodar Swami and some Western guests that he came to see him, and he decided to play a little game, Krishna conscious game. He asked us to think of a person, any person, and to think of the most salient quality of that person. So we all thought, there were about 10 people there, and everybody said, this person because of this reason. And when you got to myself, I said, I thought of Niranjana Swami. And the quality was that he doesn't have false ego. He's always thinking of others. And Damodar Swami said, I also thought of Niranjana Swami. And I thought he's so kind to others. He's always kind. So he's in the mind of many of us, and of course in the mind of all of you. So I wanted to honor him. This actually was not a mistake, but we came here, I got trapped, honestly. I asked my wife, her birthday was in January, so I asked her, what do you want for your birthday? Expecting that she would say a pair of earrings or something like that. And she said, I want to see Niranjana Swami. So that's how we are here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Sarvatma Prabhu. Madhavananda Prabhu, you are next. And please, Radha Govinda Prabhu, get ready.
Gurave Guru Chandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namaha. So this is a festival today. I remember some years ago in Ukraine, Niranjana Maharaj came for our Guru Maharaj's Vyasa Puja program we had there. And he mentioned that this is a festival, this is a time of expressing gratitude. And I wanted to express my gratitude to Maharaj. There's a word in Sanskrit, kritagya. You may, in Bengali, some of you may know, agya, it means your order, your instruction. Krita means to do. And kritagya is a samas, a compound word, which means that someone who's grateful. Kritagya is also a synonym for kukur, for a dog. Dog is someone who's very easily grateful. And I just wanted to express some of my gratitude to Maharaj today for the many, many things he's done for me. I don't remember when I first met Niranjana Maharaj, but I remember seeing him in 1994, and when he came to see our Guru Maharaj, and I saw how my Guru Maharaj dealt with him, Gaur Govinda Maharaj. He had so much affection and appreciation for Niranjana Maharaj, because our Guru Maharaj used to tell us that you should look out for the backbenchers, those people who don't push themselves forward, who are just quietly doing something in the background. And as we were just hearing from Vijay Prabhu, Maharaj used to cook. He was just doing whatever services for Srila Prabhupada. And one thing I've learned from him over the years is just the value of being quiet and being in the background. And I'm just thinking of the things that I owe to Maharaj. After my Guru Maharaj left, some of us were having a very hard time. And I'll be very frank, due to my very low nature, I really didn't have much faith in practically anybody at that time. But somehow I appreciated Niranjana Maharaj. And I would go to him, and Maharaj is always encouraging me over the years. So on this day, we want to have some kritagya, we want to have some gratitude. I appreciate so much Maharaj has helped us, he's engaged us, Krishna Kund and I, he's tolerated us, treated us in such a friendly, affectionate way for so many years. I owe so much to him. And on this day, I'd also just like to say in a more philosophical way, the purpose of this program, it's not just to worship someone, but we want to appreciate what they've given us. In the 4th canto of the Bhagavatam, there's a word, Vinodapatram, which Prabhupada in his purport explains can be understood in 2 ways. Vina, Uda, Patram, which means without water, Vina, Uda, Patram, without water in your hands, how can you worship the Ganga? How can you repay the Ganga for what the Ganga's given? Only by offering Ganga Jal to the Ganga can you do that. But then Prabhupada says that there's another meaning also. If the words are all together, Vinodapatram, it means a joker. Someone, in Prabhupada explains that someone thinks they can repay the gift they've gotten from their spiritual master. They're just a joker. In Orissa, there's a saying in the Odia language that Kona Funka Guru. The Funka means to spit. Kona means the ear. The Guru is not just someone who comes and spits in your ear. In other words, someone who just comes and gives you mantra. But in the language of my Guru Maharaj, he's Asraya Datta. He's someone who gives us shelter. And that's Niranjana Maharaj's qualification. He's just giving what he's gotten from Srila Prabhupada. A few years ago for Vyasa Puja, I commented how several times I've seen Niranjana Maharaj, devotees come to him and, Maharaj, I have this problem. It's such a huge problem, this and this. And Maharaj, so many times I say, I only have one solution. If you're looking for a management solution, a monetary solution, I can't help. My only solution I can offer is the holy name and Krishna Katha. And that's why we're here today. I'd like to read you a verse from Srila Prabhupada. This is something that he wrote in his offering, one of his offerings to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. And he spoke about the purpose of Vyasa Puja. Fula fala mohotsave puja nahi hoya banya rase bakaje sehita pujaheya. Fula fala mohotsava puja nahi hoy. That real worship is not just having some flowers and fruits and things, but Vanira Sevak, when we worship the instructions that we've gotten from that person. And that's the real mercy of that person. That's the real solution which Niranjana Maharaj is giving. And I just want to express my humble gratitude for that again and again. I don't want to take much more time. Thank you very much, Maharaj.
Thank you so much, Madhavananda Prabhu, Radha Govinda Prabhu, you're
Hare
next.
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Prema Rupa Prabhu, please
Hare
get
Krishna.
ready.
Hare.
Hare Krishna, dear Guru Maharaj. I knew that I will be nervous, therefore I made some notes, because first of all I'm speaking in English, and the second thing is that I have some emotions. Actually, this is the first time when I get the opportunity to speak during one of your Vyasa Puja. And I'm very, very happy and thankful to the organizers for this opportunity. I was trying during the 36 years to express my gratitude to you by being near you when you needed me, by serving you, by serving your disciples, by serving the movement in Ukraine, in Moldova, and to be at any service that you needed. But I feel that I would like also to express my gratitude towards you also with some words of appreciation, and I would like to continue from the statement that Sarvatma Prabhu made today, that you don't have a false ego, adveshta. And I completely subscribe to that affirmation because I saw you many, many times in different critical situations when any other person would probably break down nervously, will get angry, will chastise devotees, will chastise disciples, but still you remained peaceful, you remained calm, you remained focused, and you remained loving, Guru Maharaj. Loving. We love you because you love everybody. And actually, you are the role model of various Vaishnava qualities for me because all the times when I'm reading in the Shastras, Adveshta Sarva Bhutanam Maitri Karuna Evacha, or Titikshava Karunika Suhrida Sarva Dehinam, I immediately see you in my eyes. And during some difficult situations or circumstances I'm encounter, I always think how Niranjana Maharaj would do that. How would he react in that situation? What would be his response for that? And actually, a few days ago when we were sitting on your rooftop, I was contemplating how amazing is that you are able to attract and harmonize a variety of different devotees around you, different personalities, quite personalities actually, because we had under your roof those who externally appears that they're on different sides of the war that is happening now. We had under your roof, we had those who are supporting the idea of female Diksha Guru and those who are against it. We had at that rooftop, we had those who like classical kirtans, those who like more outreach kirtans. So there are different types of kirtaniyas are there. Those who like in-reach preaching, those who like outreach preaching, everybody is there. Srila Prabhupada disciples are there, disciples of Srila Prabhupada disciples are there, everybody are there because all of us, we appreciate you and you are able to harmonize all of us. You don't see the differences in us and you are able to keep our minds and our hearts in peace. So again, Adveshta Sarva Bhutana Maitri Karuna Evacha Nirmama Nirahankara. Nirahankara means that you don't have a false ego, you are not dvesha, you are not inimical to anybody. On the contrary, you are friendly, you feel compassion towards all the living entities. And therefore, Krishna is saying in this series of verses that Yamat Bhakta Same Priyaha, because of these qualities, a devotee is very, very dear to the Lord. And because of these qualities, a devotee is dear not only to the Lord, but also to other devotees. And I would like also to say that there are statements in the Shastras, Tvam Pita, Tvam Cha Mamata, Tvam Bandhus, Tvam Cha Devata, Samsara Pratibodhartham, Tasmai Shigurave Namaha. Again, when I encountered this verse, I have a father and a mother in my Krishna consciousness. My father is His Holiness Srila Shivaram Swami Maharaj. Everybody knows him, that he can be sometimes a little strict. Actually, devotees who don't know him, they don't know how loving he is in his personal dealings, but from the external point of view, I remember that when I received reinitiation, a lot of devotees in Ukraine and Russia, they asked me, why didn't you get initiation from Srila Niranjana Swami Maharaj? And I said, because Niranjana Maharaj never chastised me. Never. He's just listening to me. I can cry on his shoulder. He can tap me on the head, but he never chastised me. But I felt that at that point, I needed somebody who'll discipline me, who'll correct me, who'll improve me. And it doesn't mean that you don't do that. You do that, but you are doing it in a very, very soft, motherly way. So I have a father and I have a mother in my Krishna consciousness. You educated me. You invested your value system in my heart. And Guru Maharaj, I want to say that this value system is guiding me along my life. And all the decisions that I'm taking, I always think about you with great, great appreciation. And I'm so thankful to you for that. And actually, when I was broken-hearted and Srila Shivaram Maharaj didn't want to accept me as his disciple, and he saw me that I was completely devastating. It was I don't remember the year, but it was at a Russian festival, Sadhu Sangha festival, some 20 years back, something like that. And I had the good fortune to travel with you and to translate for you. And one day I was completely devastated because when I asked Srila Shivaram Swami Maharaj to accept me as his disciple, he said that I don't accept disciples from Russia. I said, I'm not from Russia, I'm from Ukraine. Never mind, I'm never going there, so therefore I'll not accept you. And I was crying a few days, and you felt that something is happening, but you never intrude. You are very, very sensitive, and you saw that I'm completely broken. And you asked, what's happening? And I said, I'm rejected. And you immediately, right on the spot, you took my hand. It was physically, you took my hand, and you said, let's go. So we went to the house of Srila Shivaram Maharaj. Actually, I wasn't allowed to enter even there. And the guards, the devotees who were there, they were kind of like, what we are doing again here? And I am with Maharaj. So you entered Srila Shivaram Maharaj's room. The door was closed. And something about maybe 1 hour passed, and I was hearing just laughing from the inside, and I was thinking, my God, probably they're describing how fallen I am. They're, I don't know, but it was kind of like very, very loud laughing. And finally, after 1 hour, the door was opened. Shivaram Maharaj went outside, and then you came also after him. And he looked at me and said, oh, Maharaj, I forgot actually, yes. Can you please accept that boy? He's my man. He's a nice boy. Just accept him. And Srila Shivaram Maharaj looked at me, looked at you and said, okay, no problem. So that's how I got the mercy of my eternal Father, and that's how I got the mercy of my eternal Mother in Krishna consciousness. And dear Guru Maharaj, I'm eternally indebted to you, and I'll serve with all of my life in continuation. I'll try to serve again more with my deeds, more with my dedication, to serving you, to serving Srila Prabhupada, to serving your disciples, and I'll try to say less words and to do more devotional services for your pleasure. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you so much, Radha Govinda Prabhu. Krishna Premarupa Prabhu, please be ready. And Navinarnirada Prabhu, you're next. You can come closer to be ready, please. You can stand there.
Hare Krishna. I'm very grateful that I'm be here physically. I attended some Vyasa Puja online, but I just feel that the glorification of a Vaishnava is such a beautiful katha. It really touches the heart, as we just were witnessing. So I'm grateful to be here. I wrote my offering goes along the line, Radha Govinda Prabhu, The title is Shri Guru, the greatest friend, father and mother. So I'll try to. Dear Gurudev, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to you. Worship of and service to Shri Guru is the life and soul of the disciple. It is by the mercy of the Guru that conditioned souls find shelter at Lord Krishna's lotus feet. Shri Guru is the Shri Krishna Kripa Murti, the embodiment of the Lord's compassion and mercy. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur would say, the spiritual master is the Lord's transcendental temple. The Supreme Lord lives in that temple. Lord Shri Krishna, who is controlled by his devotees' love, manifests in the heart of the spiritual master and the devotees. Therefore, we must him with strong faith and love. How fortunate are those who find shelter of such a bona fide Guru, who is truly a transparent medium between Krishna and the living entities. A few days ago, before writing this test, my mother passed away. Losing her was and still is a very painful experience. She was a wonderful person, an amazing mother. After all, one mother is in one way our first Guru. The Mahabharata proclaims one's mother is equal to 10 fathers or even the whole world. There is no senior person equal to the mother. Indeed, she above all other in terms of reverence and respect. At the same time, we understand that the spiritual master plays an even more essential role in the life of a devotee. The Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat states, Sei se parama bandhu sei pita mata Shri Krishna charaneye prema bhakti datta Shakala janme pita mata sabe poya Krishna guru nai mile bhajaya hiyaya. That person who gives you prema bhakti at the feet of Sri Krishna is the greatest friend. He is the father and the mother. In every birth, one attains a father and a mother, but very rarely does one attain Guru and Krishna. Therefore, serve them with all your heart. In this way, I feel deeply unfortunate due to the loss of my mother, yet at the same time, profoundly fortunate to have received in this life not only one, but several gurus who are helping me on the path towards perfection, and in this way ultimately also benefit my mother. Dear Gurudev, I'm deeply grateful that I have found your shelter and guidance. Kindly keep me always in your prayers. Your instructions and your personal example have become a very important source of inspiration in my life. I hope to serve you by striving to become an exemplary devotee myself, following in your footstep and thus pleasing Guru and Gauranga. Hare Krishna, your aspiring servant, Krishna Prem Rupa Das. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Krishna Pramarupa Prabhu. Navina Nirada Prabhu, it's your turn. Madhji Devaki, please get ready. You can come closer here. Just wait. Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for sharing your heart with us. Krishna told Shrudadev that taking bath in holy rivers and doing Vedic sacrifices and visiting holy places only purifies one after a long time. But receiving the glance of sadhus, of saintly persons, has an immediate effect. I saw it the first time in '86 when we were waiting for the buses in Kolkata, and it took a long time. I'm sure you remember, it was hours. And those were the days where there was no taxi option. It was group travel. And that meant all the buses had to be filled with the luggage and all the devotees before we could come to Mayapur. You were simply standing and chanting intense japa for hours and hours and hours. It was the same year where you took sannyas, and I got first initiation that year. And I'm very fortunate. I'm here today to receive your glance. You asked the right questions and held me accountable. I'm very grateful for that. You asked me if I still live on the roof. I said, no, just in my own in the small room. But you always ask the right questions and give me the right kind of answers. One time I asked you what color dress I should wear. You said, it doesn't matter, but don't be a chameleon. Don't keep changing. So thanks for keeping it real, for being such a kind friend and well-wisher, and for bestowing your glance and sharing your heart with all of us. It's captivating, it's endearing. I'm insignificant, yet I have great significance because you keep on investing in me, you believe in me, and I'm eternally grateful for that. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much. Navinani, Mataji Devaki, it's your turn. Vrishabhanu Prabhu, please get ready.
Hare Krishna. Dear Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances at your divine lotus feet. All glories to our beloved Srila Prabhupada. All glories to your divine grace, your sublime personality, and your saintly activities. Your Vyasa Puja is giving me an opportunity to once again reflect more deeply on how you have affected not only my life, but so many devotees' journey in Krishna consciousness. Whenever devotees ask me who my spiritual master is, when they hear your name, they respond, "Oh, Niranjana Swami, he is so wonderful. He is a real sadhu." I hear such comments also from your God brothers and God sisters who take great inspiration from your good self. As Lord Chaitanya spoke to Sanatana Goswami, "My dear Vaishnava, seeing a person like you is the perfection of one's eyesight. Touching your lotus feet is the perfection of the sense of touch, and glorifying your good qualities is the tongue's real activity. For in the material world, it is very difficult to find a pure devotee of the Lord. What would Krishna consciousness be if it wasn't for shining examples of a pure devotee like your good self? One reason for Krishna to appear in this world is to teach us what true love is. The soul's intrinsic need is to give and receive love, and yet we have forgotten how to fulfill this essential longing. When Krishna performs his amazing pastimes in this world, such as lifting Govardhan Hill, for example, while waiting for the rain to stop, he demonstrates to us his loving dealings with his loving dealings with his seniors, equals, and subordinates. Kavi Kanapur describes these in beautiful details in his book Ananda Vrindavan Champu. For most of us, however, Krishna is still rather remote. Therefore, he gives us his pure devotee, Srila Prabhupada, who likewise appeared in this world to teach us what pure bhakti is. He fully manifested the quality of paradukha dukhi, which is yet another manifestation of pure love, not being interested in one's own happiness, but being distressed seeing others suffer. This was his driving force, impelling him to embark on his journey to fulfill his Guru's order to preach in the Western world. We often hear Srila Prabhupada's disciples and people who met him personally share how he emanated such a powerful and sublime energy, filled with love and compassion for one and all. It is the loving spirit coming from the pure soul, free from the influence of the three modes of nature and other impurities. Srila Prabhupada was conquering people's hearts with his sublime love, his unique way of connecting and uplifting whoever he came in touch with, his affectionate smiles and glances deeply penetrating into the hearts of others, handing to everyone around him a flower as a loving exchange, which had been offered to him before. He was always serving everyone, in the beginning in such menial way, cooking for his young and untrained followers, serving prasadam and even washing the pots. Srila Prabhupada was ready to accept any misery and sacrifice his personal comfort, his convenience, his very life, to bring people closer to Krishna. That is the practical manifestation of divine love. You, Guru Maharaj, are manifesting that very same spirit, the natural quality of a soul entirely free from any material conditioning and contamination. Then naturally the fully blossoming, loving propensity of the spirit soul can shine through. You teach us how to deal with everyone, juniors, equals, and seniors. The Bhakti Sangam festival was such a sweet and powerful pastime of yours, practically manifesting your pure love and devotion for one and all. All of us participants were swimming in an ocean of joy. And our hearts were flooded and nourished with pure love. You reached out and gave yourself to as many as you possibly could, inspiring, guiding, and uplifting us in classes as well as in personal meetings and interactions. Your equals and seniors you welcomed in such a sweet and affectionate way, introducing your god brothers and sisters on the stage with welcoming words of appreciation and glorification. We could sense your deep desire to encourage them to preach, to push them forward and bring attention to them rather than yourself. This is exactly the mood in the spiritual world. Everyone pushes the other forward, thinking them to glorify the Lord in a more beautiful way. Srila Prabhupada describes this so humorously in the purport to 3:15:18. The special feature of Vaikuntha is that there is no question of sense gratification. In the material world, even an ass enjoys his sound vibration. But in the Vaikuntha, such nice birds as the peacock, the chakravaka, and the cuckoo prefer to hear the vibration of the glories of the Lord from the bees. You created the spiritual world for us all, with pure bhakti emanating from your pure heart. I will never forget how you once introduced His Holiness Niranjana Swami with affectionate welcoming words, glorifying him and finally stating in all humility, "And he is also my Lord and Master." These words left a deep impression on my heart. You're not only preaching the importance of accepting shelter of more experienced and empowered personalities, but you also walk your talk and openly proclaim to more than 12,000 devotees present that this wonderful personality is your source of shelter, your Lord and Master. I'm forever grateful that I could be an insignificant part of those wonderful times when we had the Bhakti Sangam festivals, the practical manifestation of your loving spirit. Now on the rooftop of your building in Rasamrita Kunj, you are recreating a small oasis of this very same mood. You encourage young devotees to lead the kirtan, patiently attending them, and you push your god brothers forward and invite them to sing. Sometimes we, your disciples, are anxiously waiting for you to lead, and at times you won't lead at all, leaving us disappointed. But actually, you are all teaching us a valuable lesson. Sorry, where was I? That one should not be anxious to lead kirtan while enjoying one's own sound vibration like the ass, but rather hear from others how they are glorifying the Lord. We still have this little ass in our hearts, which is eager to stick up his ugly head and make a big noise whereas you have transformed into one of the beautifully singing birds of the Vaikuntha planets, who rather hear the glories of the Lord hummed by the bees. Although I don't so often have the opportunity to attend those kirtan programs, but am just watching those videos showing these kirtan pastimes, and often jumping to those final parts first, I relish observing your loving exchanges with the devotees present, distributing prasadam to them, which is one of your favorite loving exchanges, flooding everyone with affectionate smiles and glances, and exchanging a few words here and there. And because you're so very welcoming and inclusive towards your God brothers and sisters, they're drawn to you and eagerly attend. It is so heartwarming to witness, a mood we should all cultivate and aspire for. Thank you, Guru Maharaj, for being who you are, a true source of inspiration. You give us faith and conviction that this process of devotional life indeed works, that it is possible to reach such high levels of devotion and purity by Krishna's and Srila Prabhupada's mercy. You give us the determination and strength to continue in our struggle of pure devotional life. Please forgive me my shortcomings and offenses, and bless me to always be allowed to serve the devotees. It is my only hope. Your recent heart surgery reminded me once again that any of us may go at any time. I simply hope and pray that I may leave this world before you, so I won't have to experience the pain of loss of your divine presence in this world. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Devaki Mataji. Vrishabhanu Prabhu. Oh, sorry. Get ready. Please, dear devotees, if you could compress your laugh and make it concentrated and speak in the sutras, it will be great. We have a lot of devotees who wants to say something to Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Om Jnanatimarandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshuranmalitam Yena Tasmei Shri Gurave Namah. His Holiness Niranjana Swami Maharaj ki. So the last few years I tried to avoid sharing my glorifications. I avoided sharing it publicly, but this year I felt the need to express my gratitude and share that with the others. By the mercy of my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Partha Sarvasidas Goswami, I was given the opportunity to have your association. By his mercy, I got to know you. And by your association and guidance and love, I've gotten to know my Guru Maharaj better. So for me, you play the perfect Shiksha Guru, loving uncle role, because you give me more faith in my Diksha Guru. And you support me in my relationship with my Diksha Guru. So thank you so much for that, Maharaj. My Guru Maharaj himself told me that he considers you to be amongst the topmost devotees in our movement. He has the greatest respect for you. And by his mercy, I was able to render a little service to your lotus feet. And your wonderful qualities, many devotees have spoken about. Just last year when I traveled to South Africa, I was speaking to a good friend of mine. And I was talking about all these wonderful qualities that we speak about, like honesty and pridelessness, humility, simplicity. But reading about it is one thing, but when you see it in action, it leaves a lasting impression on the heart. So I was telling this friend of mine that with my association with you, I was able to see you factually live these wonderful Vaishnava qualities. And that has left a lasting impression in my heart. So thank you so much. And your potency is also able to draw out the potency from your disciples. You have so many wonderful, surrendered, enthusiastic devotees who love you so much. And I'm hoping by their association, I also become enthusiastic and more loving towards my Guru Maharaj and to you. And here in Rasamrita Kunj, we are neighbors. And I'm praying that someday in a kunj
on the banks of some special place out there somewhere, that we can also be neighbors, and that you can continue to guide me in my Krishna consciousness. Thank you for being a loving father, a well-wisher, a dear friend, and thank you so much for being yourself. Hare Krishna. His Holiness Niranjana Swami Maharaj ki jai.
Thank you so much, Vrishabhanu Prabhu. Adhikarta Prabhu, if you want to speak something. Akiladara Prabhu, please get ready. Next.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Please accept my obeisances. Don't get down. Yeah, I love you. You're a wonderful devotee. And thank you for your friendship. And I have a lot of respect for you. Especially, did you ever speak to Prabhupada? Right, he never spoke to Prabhupada. But, you know, he risked his life to spread Srila Prabhupada's message, you know. So us, many of the Prabhupada disciples, we never spoke to Prabhupada. I don't think Shiva Ramaraj ever spoke to Prabhupada. Many of them never spoke to Prabhupada, but just by hearing his instructions and having faith in what he said, they dedicated their lives. And of course, Niranjana Swami took great risks, you know, when going to the USSR and risking his life to spread Krishna consciousness. You're very brave, Maharaj. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Told me to be sure. That's it. Anyway, thank you. I hope we do more readings together soon. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Adhikarta Prabhu. Akiladara Prabhu, if you want to speak. And Aruna Lochana Mataji, будь ласка, підготуйтесь.
Here we are, after in Boston, and covered some ground, some territory, especially when the going gets tough, you know, and you know where your real friends, and yeah, how you were always there as a real support and encouragement and appreciation also, and you know, you just can't forget persons who are in a position to help you and who act as Krishna and Prabhupada's instrument to fulfill that gap. And yeah, and you've consistently, like devotees are expressing, you know, you are what you are, you know, and that's what you are. You're a friend to anyone, like Prabhupada. And everyone, and inspiring, taking shelter of Prabhupada, hearing his, going, like you said a couple days ago, going deeply into the books, not just remain on the surface, and with, what was that, with service and sadhana, was it? Or what was the, huh? Yes, surrender.
surrender and service, to be able to go deeper, below the surface. And like just in the last mentioning the reading groups, and how the strength of the Ukraine Yatra, even in the midst of the war, how the reading groups that you inspired really created, the heart, I think, the bonding of relationships that came from hearing and reading Prabhupada's books and related books together, the kind of spiritual friendships that come from that, and how that's even endured after they became refugees all over the world, maintained those groups and caring for each other also, especially caring and helping each other as a family, as a loving family, and how we can develop these loving friendships and relationships with Prabhupada's books and related books like Brihad Bhagavatamrita, from especially Gopi Puranadhana's manifestation, and how inspiring during COVID, how I was really addicted to hearing those classes and get me through that COVID. I was locked down in America during that time, and it was really kept me on the cutting edge, like Gopal Kumar, keep going, and with him with the Maha Mantra. But for me, hearing from you about Gopal Kumar and going through the stuff, different layers and different stages of the journey that we all have to go through in some lifetime, with service and surrender and going deeper, not just in a comfort, mechanically or on a comfort zone level, but really in seeing the path as it's mapped out with Rupa Goswami. And I have to mention also Shuddha Bhakti Chintamani and Sankalp Kamudi, who have really become keeping, help to go through these stages and how to go through them. It's just not a cheap, it's not such a cheap process, at least as I'm experiencing it. And to have you as a real agent and representative of Prabhupada with me, in front of me, and there on the planet, to give me that friendship, and affection and care. It's very rare in this world that somebody's going to care about me and can relate to me and care and understand. So you can't ever pay back. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing like I can ever pay Srila Prabhupada for what he's done for me. And those who are his agents also, because he works through different individuals. And so I can never, it's just an eternal relationship to try to become like you are in your relationship with Prabhupada, that I can also grow up and mature and be able to assist you in your service and serve Prabhupada with my service assisting you in some way or other. You know, that somehow Krishna can bless me eternally in this world and wherever Prabhupada goes, and be able to learn how. And because you become, like Emerson said, you become like what you think most about. So just if like the Maha Mantra, please accept me in your service. So Hare Krishna. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Иладара Прабу. Мачкора Налочина, ваша черга. Адикави Прабу, пожалуйста, подготовьтесь.
Дорогой Гуру Махарадж, пожалуйста, примите мои почтительные поклоны. Слава Шриле Прабхупаде. Слава дню вашего явления. Для ваших учеников это самое волнующее и значимое событие в году. Тут есть все благоприятные условия, необходимые для того, чтобы продолжать оставаться все более подходящими восприемниками вашей милости. Ведь именно она является особой привилегией для тех, кто намерен учиться у вас сознанию Шри Кришны. Без вашей уникальной в своем бескорыстии не только дикши, но и шикши для нас не выйдет не понять божественную читу такими, как они есть там у себя, в их запредельной, бесконечно привлекательной обители. Не приблизиться к ним в таком служении, чтобы оно пришлось им по душе. И, наконец, вернуться назад в родной дом, к Богу навсегда, на весь наш целый и счастливый остаток вечности. Ваша Vyasa Puja, как верного и успешного ученика, ближайшего слуги Бхагавана Шри Кришны, Джагадгуру Бхактивиданты Свами Прабхупады, это одновременно праздник, экзамен и сюрприз. Праздник, потому что возвещает миру о славе вашего стремления преподнести нама Кришна Прему всем и каждому. Именно преподнести с высоким мастерством истинного духовного интеллигента, не вмешиваясь в свободу их выбора. А выбор небольшой. Либо держаться за свои зазорно-узорные образа этого мира и страдать от их мелькания в промежутках между рождениями. Либо, как обезьянка, крепко ухватиться за ваши розовые тхоти и время от времени дергать за него в экстазе. При этом умудриться не разорвать его случайно на кусочки. Вы же деликатно помогаете для начала усвоить хотя бы одну практичную истину. Она заключается в том, что целая одежда может пригодиться всем, даже гуру. Когда это простое практичное осознание своих отношений с вами появляется в уме, это победа очищенного вами интеллекта над тем, который на скорую руку сфабрикован из материальных усилий. И примеры духовных сестер и братьев, которые уже давно обрели такое благословение, словно огни и флаги, вокруг которых не заметит только лишь слепой. Но даже перед ним на этом трансцендентном мероприятии может предстать видение, как сама олицетворенная правда. В нем вы, невзирая на всевозможные препятствия с разных сторон, буквально, что говорится, голыми руками, точно локомотив, толкаете целый поезд любви. Он до отказа, вплоть до его крыши, заполнен вашими учениками и предполагаемыми кандидатами, по всему миру, ментально стоящими в очереди за своими билетами. И более того, вы прикладываете все мыслимые и немыслимые усилия, чтобы у этих трансцендентных пассажиров не возникало желания спрыгнуть с поезда, не доехав до цели. И это уж точно тот самый случай, чтобы сказать, что вы делаете все, что в ваших силах. Дальше дело за Господом. Это восхитительная победа бхакти, духовного учителя, над бхукти и мукти последователей. Распознавать вас, незримого вершителя этой победы, это особый праздник, который может длиться долго. Но мало быть на нем. Его мало созерцать. Этот праздник еще и экзамен, призванный вызвать здоровое недовольство блеском собственных достижений, так сказать, в кавычках, и очарование тем, что вы, дорогой мой Гурудев, чтобы быть ближайшим другом каждого, способны пожертвовать всем. Ваша постоянно действующая способность обнаруживать в любом сколько-нибудь искреннем сердце, которое рвется навстречу с вами, то, что все-таки можно довести его до полного и абсолютного совершенства, беспрецедентно, нетипично, неповторимо. Поэтому, когда вы устраиваете этот экзамен, то становится очевидным, что речь идет не о вашей оценке неспособности учеников следовать за вами, а о нашей собственной переоценке своего понимания колоссальной трансформирующей силы вашей любви к Шри Кришне, к Его преданным, к нам. Благодарю вас за научение тому, что даже тень от тени воспевания святых имен дарует ни с чем не сравнимое, неописуемое блаженство. Прозрачный проводник Каруна Шакти, мой Гуру Махарадж, воспевший Бхакти, позвольте помогать вам в деле славном этом, а не быть про себя еще одним поэтом.
Спасибо большое, Мададжи Ранолочина. Атикави Прабhu, ваша очередь. Гуру Сева, Мададжи, please be ready. Харибал.
Дорогой Гуру Махарадж, примите, пожалуйста, мои смиренные поклоны. Распереживался, забыл очки одеть. Слава Шриле Прабхупаде, слава вам и дню вашего явления. В Шри Чайтанья Чаритамрите, Мадхья 22.47, Кришнадас Кавирадж Госвами пишет: Кришна Яди Крипакари Кона Бхагьяваны Гуру Антарьями Рупе Шикаяпаны. Кришна пребывает в каждом сердце, как Чайти Гуру, внутренний духовный учитель. Его особое расположение к какой-либо удачливой душе выражается в том, что он лично преподает ей уроки, чтобы она могла совершенствоваться в преданном служении. Он наставляет ее как сверхдуша изнутри и как духовный учитель снаружи. Итак, духовный учитель всегда заботится, чтобы ученик совершенствовался в преданном служении, преподавая ему уроки. Я помню, как в середине 90-х мы зачитывались первыми книгами со Сварупы Даса Госвами, выходившими на русском. Реформа джапы, препятствия на пути преданного служения, реформа чтения. Но вдруг среди учеников пошел слух, что Ниранджана Свами запрещает своим ученикам читать книги со Сварупы Даса Госвами. Для нас это было подобно грому среди ясного неба. Дождавшись вашего приезда на общем даршане, один из смельчаков спросил вас: это правда, что вы запрещаете своим ученикам читать книги со Сварупы Даса Госвами? На вашем лице появилась широкая улыбка. Как я могу запрещать вам читать книги со Сварупы Махараджа? Это мой саньяса гуру. Мы были счастливы. Но потом вы добавили: если вы действительно считаете себя моими учениками, то мое наставление следующее. Сначала вы должны изучить и понять книги Шрилы Прабхупады. Затем вы должны хорошо изучить мои наставления, и только потом вы можете читать другие книги. Это был один из первых уроков для меня. Урок целомудрия, философского целомудрия. Без философского целомудрия не будет внутренней целостности и внутренней чистоты. Следующий урок – урок терпения и доброты. 2018 год. Мы все ждем приезда в Киев Шиварама с вами. Вы приезжаете задолго до его приезда, чтобы тщательно все подготовить. Одним субботним вечером вы обходите храм и даете множество наставлений преданным, которые готовы выполнить любое ваше поручение. А гостям Муни Прабху, Матаджи Мандакини, пожалуйста, полностью поменяйте пол в просадной. Я это оплачу. Также поменяйте плитку в переходе с просадной в фойе. На это я тоже выделю деньги. И еще сделайте ремонт в гостевой комнате. Я дам деньги и на этот ремонт. И вдруг вы замечаете меня. О, Дикави, пожалуйста, позаботься о том, чтобы вазы с цветами, которые в течение дня стоят на алтаре, не выносили на ночь из Пуджарской, не ставили их на пол в алтарной. Это нарушает чистоту. Да, Гуру Махарадж, все сделаем, и это будет бесплатно. Шутка не удалась. Я поймал на себе ваш строгий взгляд. Адикави, ты очень добр ко мне. Дорогой Гуру Махарадж, если бы не ваше терпение и доброта ко мне, у меня не было бы шансов двигаться дальше. Значительная часть ваших лекций и наставлений касается чистоты преданного служения и восполнения его дефицита. Без чистоты мы будем слабы, без чистоты у искон нет будущего, и без чистоты мотивов никто из нас не сможет приблизиться к Кришне. И это еще один урок, урок чистоты. Однажды Бхактивишамба Мадхава с вами поделился историей, как в одной из ятр он увидел преданных, которые вели себя, мягко говоря, неподобающе. Он поинтересовался у них, чьи они ученики. «Ниранджана Свами», — ответили они. И тогда при встрече с вами Маharaj спросил, как вы принимаете учеников, что для вас является критерием. Если преданный сегодня лучше, чем вчера, тогда я готов принять его ученика. Каков был ваш ответ? Для меня это еще один урок, урок милости и мягкости сердца. А ваша безукоризненная преданность наставлениям Шрилы Прабхупады и его миссии является уроком веры и верности. Сейчас, когда преданные Украины находятся в невыносимых условиях для жизни и тем не менее продолжают выполнять огромное количество служения по поддержанию храмов и храмовых программ, продолжают поклоняться божествам и заботиться о преданных, порой, рискуя своими жизнями, вы находите любую возможность, чтобы приехать в Украину и поддержать преданных, поддержать их веру. Спасибо вам, дорогой Гуру Махарадж, за этот урок, урок любви. Дорогой духовный учитель, я молюсь у ваших стоп, чтобы всегда оставаться в сознании ученика, которому всегда есть чему учиться. Я бесконечно благодарен вам за ваш пример и всегда стремлюсь, чтобы моя жизнь, практика и поведение были основаны на этих уроках. Ваш ученик и слуга Адикави Дас, Киев.
Спасибо большое, Адикави Прабху. Гурусева, Матаджи, вы здесь. Okay. Гаура Сундар Прабху, вы здесь? Вы здесь. Вы следующий. Yeah, please come.
Dearest Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisance in the dust of your lotus feet. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, the well-wisher of all. In your update of 10th June, you humbly said, I have a strong desire to be a useful servant of Srila Prabhupada. I pray for this every day. I also have a strong desire to assist others in their devotional service. On that day, I was on my way to Russia and distributed a book in the airplane from Abu Dhabi to Moscow. This year, I shared Krishna consciousness in Chennai, Goa, Calcutta, Vrindavan, Jagannath Puri, Moscow, America, Switzerland, Mumbai, and Mayapur. Would this have been possible without your mercy and inspiration? On this most auspicious day, your Vyasa Puja day, I wish to express what is truly in my heart. You are always the perfect instrument in Srila Prabhupada's hands. Your words and strong desires are the proof itself. Dear Guru Maharaj, thank you for preparing us for the ultimate goal, being all united in the spiritual world. You do not seek gold or praise, nor long for the world's acclaim. Your heart alight in Srila Prabhupada's gaze, his joy alone your sacred aim. Your humble servant, eager to follow your sacred footsteps and remain absorbed in transcendence, now and always. Guru Seva Devi Dasi, ever singing Guru Dev Kripa Bindu Diya Koro Eida Setrina Pekha Atihina. Usually, on your Vyasa Puja day, I have the great fortune of personally offering you a printed report of my book distribution experience from December. Knowing how eager you were to hear these stories right away, I had already sent the report to your blog during that month. Sorry? Now, it may seem that I stand before you empty-handed, but that is not the truth. For your pleasure, I have posted new Sankirtan stories filmed just a few days ago here in Mayapur on your blog. I sincerely hope they bring you joy and satisfaction.
Thank you so much, Guru Seva Mataji. Сейчас Гауру Сундар Прабху прочитает свое подношение. Это будет последнее подношение в этом блоке. После этого у нас будет церемония Пушпанджали, Гуру Пуджа. Перед ней можно подготовить корзиночки с лепестками тех, кто будут раздавать. Мы с вами сделаем две линии. Вот здесь будет линия Прабху, вот здесь будет линия Матаджи.
На русском. I can speak also English, but better is Russian. Yeah. No, I don't have. From my heart. Yeah. Дорогой Гуру Махарадж, примите, пожалуйста, мои смиренные поклоны перед ваших лотосных стоп. Шримад Бхагаватам, 3 песня, 25 главе, 21 стихе описывает качество саду. Сухридам, титикшавах, то есть первое терпение. Это видно, как вы терпеливо относитесь к обусловленным душам, помогая им. Каруниках, вы очень милостивы. И это доказательство, что вы принимаете таких людей, которые очень-очень далеко от сознания Кришны. Ну, я про себя говорю. Каруниках. Титикшава, каруниках, сухридах, сарвадейхнах. Вы очень милостивы к всем живым существам. Поэтому вы так радуетесь, когда кто-то дает книги другим живым существам. Титикшава, каруниках, сухридах, сарвадейхнах. Аджата шатарвах. У вас нет враждебных чувств. Шантах, вы умиротворены. И вы хотите, чтобы другие тоже были умиротворены. Шантах и садавах, садабушанах. И преданный также обладает всеми другими хорошими качествами. Это внешнее качество саду, а внутреннее, это 22 и 23 стихе говорится, что он несет в себе ананья-бхаву, беспримесное преданное служение при любых обстоятельствах. А насчет... Это очень-очень глубокие моменты, и я не могу глубоко понимать эти моменты. Но я слушаю преданных, как они объясняют, как они видят вас, и учусь. И буду стараться быть учеником. Первые 3 анги преданного служения – это Гуру Падашра, Гуру Дикша, Ади Шикшаны и Вишварамбен Гуру Сева, связанные с поклонением духовному учителю. Иногда перечисляется 5 основных анг, но без этих первых 3 они бесполезны. Я буду это учитывать и стараться быть учеником. Для вашего удовольствия расскажу маленькую историю из распространения книг. 4 января я стоял в очереди в Гадабавана, просад обеденный. И вот из нашей группы, которые тоже учились на институте Майяпурском из Бхактивайбхавы, они шли мимо, они спрашивали: Гаура Сундар, почему ты тут стоишь в очереди? Я говорю: ну я повторяю мантру, тут много местных людей, которые может быть, далеко от преданного служения. Да? То есть я повторяю мантру, они задают вопросы, я таким образом проповедую им. Да. Да. И они сказали: о, возьми, вот книги есть. Да, то есть я говорю: не, с книгами, не, возьми. И вот и дали мне 2 книги, заставили взять 2 книги. Деньги потом вернешь. Да. И там рядом была одна группа индийских женщин, которые вульгарно себя вели. Да. И было неприятно, я даже не смотрел в ту сторону. Но когда я держал эти 2 книги в руке, одна из них спросила, что это за книги. Да, то есть, ну, я объяснил. И та вот старшая из этих женщин, она сказала: ну, я хочу эту книгу. Я говорю: ну, пожертвуйте, и будет ваша книга. А там была одна молодая женщина, она сказала: не, ни в коем случае не бери. И я сказал этой старшей: ну, подумай сама, кто тут главнее, кто должен слушать. Да. Она усомневалась, та еще сильнее, там, не бери. Да. Да. Ну, я ей сказал: ну, подумай, вот, сможешь ты выдержать? Кто кого должен учить? Ну, покажи пример. Ну, она все-таки взяла вот деньги, и та молодая была очень-очень разгневанная, да, то есть, что ее не послушали. Да. Она спросила: ну, о чем эти книги? Я говорю: это Веды. Да. Да. Он говорит: а что ты вообще знаешь сам о Ведах? Да? То есть, ну, я ей начал рассказывать, что я знаю о Ведах. Да. И она, ну, по разговору можно было понять, что она начиталась там имперсоналистов, ну, полный имперсонализм. Я говорю, что помимо комментариев Шанкарачарьи есть еще другие комментарии. Да. Ну, так или иначе, после серьезной битвы словесной, она сказала: ну ладно, я возьму эту книгу. Я говорю: нет, сначала деньги, а потом книга. Но она дала все-таки деньги, да, и взяла книгу. Это очевидно было, как и любая книга распространенная, что это Кришна делает. Да. И потом, когда мы шли внутрь, я спросила: а ты будешь читать эту книгу? Она говорит: конечно, буду. А как тебя зовут? Я говорю: Гаура Сундар. То есть, а тут единственный Гаура Сундар, я потом отчет тебе дам, да, то есть, что я понял из этой книги. Ну, так что книги Шрилы Прабхупады меняют сознание людей. Да. Спасибо. Буду стараться быть учеником, да. Проповедовать как могу. Харе Кришна.
Спасибо большое. Спасибо большое, Прабху. Сейчас у нас будет церемония Пушпанджали. Пожалуйста, преданные, дорогие, подходите, вставайте, подходите. У нас стоят замечательные матушки с корзинами. Матушки, проявитесь. Матушки с корзинами, с пушпой. Вот здесь есть Прабху с пушпой. Пожалуйста, подходите, преданные, берите пушпу. И здесь будут матаджи с пушпой. Пожалуйста, подходите все ближе. Вот матаджи у нас вот здесь стоят. Ага. Преданные, на церемонии Пушпанджали разделите, пожалуйста, количество лепестков, которые вы имеете, на 3 части. Dear honored guest, you can stay here. Just came closer a little bit. Югаватар, Прабху. Чуть-чуть подождите. Подождите минутку, пока они все...
Скажите, жду вашего звонка. Ой, сигнала.
Вы поняли, что вы выбираете?
О, я понял. Постараюсь.
Дорогие преданные, все, кто получил лепестки, пожалуйста, помните, что нужно разделить это количество на 3 раза. Dear Prabhu, please come closer. Come closer. Please come closer. Please come here.
Ванечка, поторопишься.
Pushpanjali? You can be together. You can sit here. We have a place for you.
Om Agyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshu Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupa Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripasindubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha Panchatatvakam Chatatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Svarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhaktashaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Niranjana Swami Iti Namine Anahata Prayasena Prabhupadasya Tushtaye Sankirtana Pravrityartam Ihate Gurave Namaha Namo Nishkama Bhaktaya Sarva Bhakta Hitayate Krishna Kirtana Pranaya Niranjana Swamine Namaha Esha Pushpanjali Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Niranjana Swami Iti Namine Anahata Prayasena Prabhupadasya Tushtaye Sankirtana Pravrityartam Ihate Gurave Namaha Isha Pushpanjali Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Niranjana Swami Iti Namine Anahata Prayasena Prabhupadasya Tushtaye Sankirtana Pravrityartam Ihate Gurave Namaha Esha Pushpanjali Shri Niranjana Swami Guru Maharaj ki
Харе Кришна, дорогие преданные, давайте теперь чуть-чуть отойдем и сейчас будет Гуру Пуджа Гуру Махараджа. Кто будет проводить, я не знаю.
Вот эти картины, которые пришли, они сейчас поют.
Ну, они будем говорить.
Вы проводите пуджу? У нас все готово? Вы хотите... Сейчас мы это сорганизуем. Можете под этот микрофон сюда дать? Чтобы на стойке. Маджи, простите. Поставим. Давайте вот сюда, наверное.
Инструменты.
Он подыграет. Вы хотите играть сами? Хотите уже? Преданные. Give me one paratal. Give me Karatal. Karatal.
They've gotten all moved around by feet.
Thanks. Hare Krishna. Can we switch on the first microphone for the stage? Shri Isha Prabhu. Харе Кришна. Харе Кришна, Шри Иша Прабhu, включите, пожалуйста, микрофон, который был на стойке, который стоял в беседке у Гуру Махараджа.
Sri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma
Hari, Hari, Hari.
Sri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma Vandamoye Savadana Mate Vandamoye Savadana Mate Jahara prasad bhai bhavatariya Jahara prasad bhai bhavatariya Krishna prapti jahate Krishna prapti jahate Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Kariya Kya Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Kariya Kya Karna Karya Mane Acha Karya Mane Acha Guru Charana Rati Kaise Uttama Gati Sri Guru Charana Rati Kaise Uttama Gati Prasada Pura Sarva Asa Ya Prasada Pura Sarva Asa चक्षुदान दिलो थे जन्म जन्म प्रभु से चक्षुदान दिलो थे जन्म जन्म प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशिता ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशिता प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ है विद्या विनाश छत प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ है विद्या विनाश छत Vedgai Jara Charita Vedgai Jara Charita Sri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adhama Janara Bandha Sri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adhama Janara Bandha